We're live. Hi,
Hello.
everyone.
Here we are. And we're actually together.
Right?
Yeah, we tried that when we were over in Spokane. When I was on my halfway across the state and couldn't find a place that had a good enough internet. So, anyway, today we're both here together. Yes, yes, yes.
Yay.
So, we're really thinking about all of you and all of what's happening in the world and wondering how you're doing. So if you would let us know in the chat, and I can't read it because I'm on my phone and I had a computer that went kaput. So
Anne
it's
says hi.
oh good. I'm going to try turning my phone. Maybe if I do it in sideways, I can see more.
Hey,
Oh,
actually, that makes a better
so much
picture.
better.
Look at that. Oh, your
Yeah,
picture is much
so
better.
much better. Okay, now we're cooking
It's
here.
the little things in life.
Yeah. So Anne, so nice to see you.
And Will
And
says, seems
Will,
pretty good
yeah,
here.
yeah. So when we are in the kind of energy we are, at least in the United States and really around the world, what we really need to do is stay very focused on how we can keep our energy at a very high frequency. So we just did a little meditation to help us with that being grounded and with a high frequency. So before we're done, we'll do one with you so that you have a chance to experience the same thing. And you can tell that I have a cold. We came back from, Peter got sick on the way to Spokane to the holistic festival. So Stacy and I did the thing by ourselves. And we really missed him because we had so many great people coming. And I could hardly hear doing the readings because there were so many brilliant people around talking. But it was such wonderful energy. And I always enjoy going to that particular holistic festival. And you really got a chance to talk to people about Qigong too, didn't you, Stacy?
I did actually, and I got to meet the other Qigong person here in town. And that was just fate. I mean, I knew there was someone else practicing Spring Forest Qigong in the area, but I couldn't Facebook stalk her. I couldn't find her anywhere. And then, what do you know? Look across the aisle, and I'm like, Chi room. I wonder. And there she was.
So pardon me if I cough now and then, but I am getting better. And Stacy helped me a lot because sometimes you're too close to it yourself. Uh, but one of the things that's a big learning for me, and I suspect for many people right now, is that we get too busy. And my body was just saying, no, there has to be a new way to look at what kinds of things I say yes to and what kinds of things I say no to, because it's really important to keep that balance. So, Stacy, I'm turning this over to you because my throat is getting bad.
Oh no, not that already. My goodness.
Sorry.
I know where you're at, but yes, you start talking too much and that just gets the tickles going more. Um, so we're going to review what's going to be happening in the upcoming week. And so, oh, let me see. I can always tell by what color you're wearing, Arlene. So the lesson in orange today, well, not today, for the week. I don't know. I just got sidetracked. You ever just like squirrel hit your brain, and I went wandering back to the holistic festival. So lesson in orange is about holding back. If you have closed down your feelings, fear sets in. Fear is only banished when you feel connected to the deepest part of yourself. Your divine center knows the truth. As you become more authentic, you become more connected. As you become more connected, you know you're not alone. When you know you're not alone, you feel able to trust. And when you trust, you are more able to let go of fear. There's a lot packed into the lesson in orange. First of all, being authentic means that we acknowledge and feel emotions that are coming from orange. Burying them prolongs the emotion and can lead to a breakdown in the body. Becoming them can mean that our ability to access our inner knowing can be compromised. What is the healthiest response? Letting your emotions be felt can be scary. What if I lose my sense of self? Bypassing them has emotional and physical consequences. Let's talk about what is happening in our personal lives and in the outer world while living from our integrity, which is the luminary for this week. So let's remember that the complementary color blue can help us express what we are feeling. So, and I know in the color course that I'm actually retaking right now, that's what we were studying. And I really, during this last week, I felt that we went through it and I was like, man, there's something going on. And I'm avoiding and I'm having that. I'm still dealing with it. So these words were just perfect for me to hear. And I'm sure that's not just me out there. So, but it's all workable. It's not as scary as we think it is, even though it feels like it. And we'll make it through because we got blue and orange behind us. So
And
the
I noticed
luminary.
that you're wearing blue and I'm wearing orange.
Oh, well, you know what? Oh, see, it's my well, I guess that is kind of a bluish color. My camera does funny colors, even though the plants are green and everything else. So, but I have a little bit of purple and blues, and I just didn't know what to wear today. So I'm going to see if I can, let's see, can I do this? Let's see if my share screen will work. I have not yet tried this, so we're going to try. And what happens? Hey,
There
look
it
at
is.
that. It worked. This is the luminary integrity. If not, I had my backup in my, look, we could double integrity us. Now that I have my cool collection, I'm so excited about. I don't know if anybody has ever seen these in person, but when you get these, they're really brilliant. But on the back side, it explains it all. So it's just like perfect. They're like big cards. So without having to look in the book. So the luminary integrity has the vibration of the numbers 8 and 64. That's a high number. So what it says to us is step through the emerald doorway of the heart, declaring, I remember, I am home, I am. What can we do when the world makes no sense and the mayhem and destruction seem unending? Come home to your center. Here is your knowing self. Here is the balance needed to see how you can make a difference. This luminary called integrity calls us to enter that doorway of inner self. There is the place of sanity and inner peace. Orange tells us to see and know how upset we are. That almost didn't sound right to me. See, I'm having orange issues. Orange tells us to see and know how upset we are. Ooh, I guess I need to look at that. Integrity shows that our inner self can soothe that part of us that is crying out for sanity in a world that makes no sense. Every step we take from our inside world impacts what happens in the outside world. Being there while chaos reigns is a matter of intention and focus. Let's help each other remember what we already know.
So this is a really important message this week because it's so easy to get thrown off of your own energy when there are things going on that are causing us to feel emotional. And if we don't allow ourselves to feel what's in there, then we begin to shut down, which is the whole thing of holding back. Because if we shut down, we have lost our access to our senses. And that is really where you feel the world, the earth, and you feel what is nature and all of that through your senses. And if those are closed down, it's like you're only half alive. So we don't want to live there. And we don't want to be at the mercy of what's happening out there in the world. And yet at the same time, we have to pay attention, and not just turn away from it. And I think that, a lot of times people say, well, I don't watch any news. Well, that's fine if that's their choice. I watch some news because I want to know what I need to focus on, what I need to send love to, what I need to ask for help for. So I believe that we can do both. We can take care of ourselves so we don't become the emotion and lose our center. And at the same time, we can be guided into how we can be a help from a distance. And the other part of it is how we live totally impacts the world. So the best we can do is to live in integrity, which is the luminary. And integrity means wholeness. And in this particular luminary, it's about finding all of the aspects of you that have gotten separated from your wholeness and bringing them home through the emerald doorway into who you are as a soul in form. And when we do that, we find our inner self again. We find the integrity of who we are. We find our authenticity. And that's what we're being asked to do, is to live from that authenticity, to be that authenticity. And that's not always easy because we have family, or we have jobs, or different things that would take us into what others expect of us, or into a world that it's all about ego, or all about fighting, and I mean, we live in a world is, you do something, I'm going to fight back. And, at the same time, I don't judge what's happening, because we have to find a different energy. We have to find a different way so that people can begin to feel that. In a meeting I had this morning, we were talking about how do you help the world to be there? And part of the answer, and some of you may have gotten this as well, that we need to be part of this raising of the frequency, that we have to have a certain number of those across the world that are in the higher frequency. And we need to then come together and lift up the frequency. So this is part of our work now, is to invite all of those who have been awakening and have been raising their frequency. And then we have a luminary called attunement, where we are attuning to what is our most natural energy. And that's where we put our focus. That's where we put our time. So Stacey, when you think of integrity, what do you think of?
Really just the word itself just kind of makes me think of like being, well, I guess it'd be being me, being my authentic self, because my authentic self is genuine and caring and honest and trying to do the best. That's how I always relate with integrity. And just so you know, this is that attunement, which is a beautiful card. I think I'll have to put that out for a while. Pretty soon I'm going to have these all around my place. So
attunement is such an important card, because if we don't get conscious about attuning to what is our own frequency, to what is highest and best within us, then we're just hanging out there trying to have a higher frequency, but we're not thinking about it in terms of what is our individual frequency?
Yeah. And, and that is a lot. I mean, look at the integrity card. Look at the frequency on that. That's all those little swirls along the edge. And I'm going to assume there's 64 of them. Now that I'm learning how these cards work. But then you can really just focus on it and think about going through that door. And I see my true self. Years ago, I was part of a class that was really great. And we did a meditation, and this always stays in my mind, which is this meditation took you on the path, and you're looking across a bridge. And on that other side of the bridge is your higher self, your true self. And I still remember I saw a clown, not a scary one. This is terrible at Halloween time, but just a cute little clown. But the clown, which is the funny me, the laughing, the jumping around, doing cartwheels, just enjoying, which joy is definitely in the center of all that higher self and divine emotions is joy. So it was just being that joyful person. Just life is good and I'm just happy, and that's what I'm spreading. And so I've always been working at trying to get across that bridge to that clown. And when I look in this doorway, it's that same kind of feeling. It's like, oh, wait, there's that true self right through that door. But it almost looks like people are looking in, or little ducks actually, but looking in like, hey, where's that go? It's like, hey, that goes to me down there. I see it right through that door. So it's a very deep thinking card.
It is. And it's I've always seen that around the door as aspects of myself that have not come home. And so it can be either way. It can be others noticing that you have a door that you go through and that you find your truth there. So maybe they will find their doorway and they will find their truth. So there are lots of ways to interpret this.
Very cute, though. I do like it.
So shall we go ahead and do some cards for people? Do you see anybody other than Anne and Will now at this point?
I do. It does say 3, but oh, one of them's I don't know. Facebook, YouTube, 2 on. So someone is on. Oh, Will's on YouTube, and I'm showing 2 on transformational tools, but I don't see. So we're just gonna do a quick check-in over here on the mobile unit here and see what we find.
So maybe they will find.
Oh, that's just weird. Talk about a delay, right? Oh, there we go. Megan. Hello, Megan. You just knew I was getting ready to pop on here and find out who is actually on, because I love this StreamYard. It's just sometimes we just can't quite see people the same like we could on Facebook. We haven't done straight YouTube, so I'm not sure how that shows up. So that's why I had on there, please use chat so we know you're here.
So why don't you take down the luminaries so they can see us a little better as we do a card for them. There we go.
At a click of a button.
So I'm going to write down, we got Will and we've got Anne. I'm just so happy to see Anne and Megan.
Yes.
Okay, so let's each pick a card for Will. We'll pick a card, each of us, for each person. How about that?
Whoa, okay.
All right, let's see what it's for Will today. So I got the strength in red.
Hey, is that what you had last week?
I didn't get all of that written down because I wasn't there, but let's see. Oh, we have the strength in red on the 13th.
Yeah, I had stuff scribbled down and I don't know. Just I'm thinking it might have been red.
So it's really interesting because, Will, it seems like you're getting prepared to have enough energy to do what is next, which is so cool. So just be sure to use that energy with thoughtfully, because that's the lesson is when we just let it leak out or we don't think about it. Hi, Leslie.
There she is.
So that's cool. So what did you get?
This is gonna go right along with the red. We got mortality. Now, Will, I know you know all about this card, and boy, talk about just if you got the energy amping up for you so you can go out and do more good things for our world and for all of us. Um, this is just neat. So, form is becoming less solid. It now changes as needed. Allow this organic movement in your life. Amazing beauty and pure delight will follow. And I really like the message part. The words that stuck out to me is I am the creative energy of the changing earth. With me, you may shift from location to location. You may move from dimension to dimension. You may bring into form what you desire and let it go when you are ready to move on. So, um, this is really about a big leap of faith. You've done so many studies and now all the extra connections with the luminaries and the earth crystals. Vortality just kind of clenches and seals the deal with those, saying you're part of the earth and you're ready to go, just ready when you are. So whenever you're ready to fly, you can.
The other little piece of that I get for Will, and for anybody that picks that card, is stay close to the changes that happen in the midst of a project or in the midst of your day. Don't get stuck on staying too close to what your mind says about it. All right, let's do a card for Anne. So go ahead.
Okay. Strength and green. See, I guess I did have these written down and I'm like, somebody did get green yesterday. I mean, that last see, time flies, right? Last
Yeah.
Friday. So strength and green, integrated, growing, and loving. And I remember reading about it. But what a beautiful color green. It just makes me think of earth and green grass and just all good things. Love. It is part of the heart chakra. And oh, now I'm looking at it, actually is related to the earth. Hey, that was pretty intuitive. I didn't even have to look at the book. I just the love that you give out to the world, your connection with nature, um, you're just really taking all those right steps. And this is kind of really saying just keep giving that gratitude back to the earth like you do every day, acknowledging and appreciating. It appreciates you. It's you're sending that love back to it, and that's exactly what earth needs. And earth is helping to clear our sky. So just keep sending that love. You're sending it out to the whole world. So thank you very much, Anne.
And Anne, I got for you mosaic. So it's talking about how there are so many different kinds of people and experiences. It's like the world is a mosaic. And as you're sending out that love, be sure you pay attention to people that are different and different things that come up that you hadn't experienced before, and just see them as weaving into a whole, not separating them out. All right. Okay, let's do a pick card for Megan.
All righty. Oh my gosh. So now you got mortality. So you must be on the edge of some transformation. Doing that research, the studies for yourself, getting to know yourself better so that you can actually step out. I almost feel like you're stepping out on a plank. You know there's an adventure out there, but you're just not quite there yet. But we know it's coming, but you're still prepping. But when you do decide to go walk that plank, it's going to bring beautiful, beautiful things to you. Emotions, expressions, really putting that out into the world. So looking forward to seeing what happens on your journeys, and just keep with that self work that you're doing, just to build everything, your foundation, so you can go and be that spread that sunshine to others.
And so, Megan, I got the strength in brown, which means as you're moving out and getting ready for something, you're staying grounded, and you are being your nurturing self. It's the people that have this kind of energy. Animals will come up to them. That won't where they won't come up to somebody else. And children love this kind of energy. And it's one of those where you are really comfortable when you're feeling the earth and what it brings to us with great gratitude. So do that a lot. Go for walks, do whatever it is that you do to honor this beautiful earth. So we have Leslie.
And Sue popped on too.
Yes, I saw that.
Okay. Now that you got your phone in landscape.
Yes. Oh, this is great. Oh, Leslie, this is ecstasy. I always laugh when we get that because, we can be in ecstasy even when we're going through things, or even when you have a cold like I do. You can be in ecstasy because you intend to pay attention to all of what is so beautiful, all the love that you see going on around, all the ways that we are helped, and we are given so much support. And even when we can see all of this terrible stuff that is going on in other parts of the world, it's not a matter of ignoring that or saying, uh, the other side of it is that you don't need to say, I don't deserve ecstasy because of what's going on in the world. No, it's not about deserving it. You can intend to experience that, and then you draw in more of that. And then you might want to just send this out as a ball of energy to different parts in the world that maybe they will begin to turn and try a different way that will bring ecstasy. All right, what did you get?
Ooh, let's add some turquoise.
Mm-hmm.
Except there was the lesson, which was kind of funny because, do you know what's really strange? Do you ever look at these? And I would have sworn when I looked at it, it was strength, because that's what I felt. So I know this came up lesson, but what I received was it's a strength. But I'm gonna guess I have to stick with what came up. But Leslie, you're so on the path, and really what this is saying is the same kind of thing. I think we're right. A lot of us who have been awakened and we're on our journey right now. Um, we've been preparing. We're so close to that edge. We know it's all happening. We're all banding together to create peace in the world. Um, the light and the darkness, however people want to look at it. Um, and you're so there, and what you've been doing is all in the right direction, and there's something that you still haven't done that final yes that says my actual purpose right here, my big purpose that I really came into this lifetime for. I just haven't quite said the full yes, but I'm working on it. So I think you're really close too. um that's why I was like, when I was thinking about it, I was like, isn't this a strength that you're right there and you just haven't said yes, you haven't fully accepted it? And then I was like, oh wait, that card says lesson. But that was the message.
But that really is the lesson. The lesson is to say yes to that final piece that you haven't said yes to. So
I know, my brain was like, oh, that's really cool. I wasn't thinking of it as a lesson.
all right, so Sue, you got the card love.
Ooh,
Oh,
pretty.
this is such a great card. This is one that we used at Peter and my wedding, and it has so much meaning to me. There's so many things in this love. I want to read these because I think we need to be reminded of this every day. Um, as it's there are some things that are so important that we just don't want to lose sight of them. So here's what love says. Now, as the veil thins, humanity sees clearly that love was never lost. Now, think about these words. This is but my intention is to live this. Compassion, acceptance, transformation, encouragement, allowing, embracing, offering, and co creating are all available as we remember we are one with our divine source. So, source is all of that. You and I are all of that. But sometimes we get off track and we lose our center. But when Peter and I used that for our wedding, I wanted to share this because I see that as the relationship that I have always looked for. And so compassion, acceptance, transformation, encouragement, allowing, embracing, offering, and co-creating, all of that is what a relationship is about, whether it's marriage relationship or a friendship. That is who we are. And when we do that and we live that, we're at the highest and best as humans that we can be. So let's just put that out as our intention, that we will live as love, as in those words. So those of you who have the luminaries, go to page 48, because that's where you can read that. And that is just so important to read very often. I think I'm going to make a sign of it and put it where I will see it just first thing in the morning. What did you get?
Well, I just have to share because sometimes you just do things. So I was sitting here and I was thinking about Sue, and you started talking about that. And I thought, well, I'll pull the card now just so I'm ready. And then I was like, oh, it's green. I don't know if I want, I already had green. I'm going to shuffle these. So as you were talking, I'm moving the cards around thinking, I'm going to, and guess what I got?
Green. Is it the lesson or the strength?
It is the strength. So
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I just
Wow.
I was laughing though because when you do that, like you're like, oh, I'm not sure. Maybe that wasn't the right card.
Yeah,
So
right.
I'm sitting here shuffling and I'm tuning in. I'm like, Sue, this is for Sue. And I'm really thinking about it. And I'm like, okay, I better pull one so I have an idea. And then I was like, okay, definitely, you got a double pull. This is confirmed and verified. Oh,
And
it's your
Sue,
favorite
her
color.
favorite
Awesome.
color.
No, that is even better
Yeah.
because I'm sure then if it's your favorite, you probably have some beautiful green tops and different outfits and jewelry. I would really stay connected with those. And I think that they're gonna you're gonna be attracting people. And even if you don't know that you're making a difference for them, you're gonna be you're like a natural coach to people. And just your sweet words of wisdom, even just somebody may not know in a store, but you're going to be sharing a lot, even unknowingly. But you really are making a difference in the world. And so, with this green being connected, it's that love energy. Just make sure to keep yourself a little grounded, just to make sure. But it's really just all natural for you. You're a sharer of love, and
So true. So
so yeah, and it's like you can help people without trying. It's just like that's what you do, and you make that difference. So thank you very much, Sue, and keep up the great green work.
the great green work.
Green
Well,
work.
the other thing I wanted to say to Megan and Sue is that we have the color course, the foundational of the color course. We moved it back a couple of weeks, partly just because I wasn't feeling well. And sometimes there's a reason for that, you know. So next, let's see, it's Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Next Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock
Pacific.
Pacific time, we are going to start that basic course, and it's an hour and a half each time. And I think if
Oops.
Stacy can do it, she'll put up a link for you that you can go to. Yay, Stacy!
Yeah, I was getting close to it. I hit a wrong button, and so sometimes things happen. It's that kind of day. Almost there.
So let yourself know whether this is something your soul is saying yes, it's the right timing. But I'm having such a good time. We have it going on Tuesdays at 9:30, and we're now into our third week. And one of the things that Stacy said to me that when I was not feeling very good, and I always figure my body's telling me something, so I was trying to figure it out. And she says, your yellow is sort of frantic. And I tuned in, I went, oh my gosh, it is. And yellow and purple is what we're going to be working on Tuesday. And so I went to my yellow and I said, tell me what's going on. And, and yellow it was all about that I was too committed. I had too many things that were going on. And yellow just wants to be in this beautiful energy that things just come and things go and you do things and it's all in this rhythm. And yellow's a lot happier now. Plus, yellow and purple are what we um, work with together as complementary colors. And purple is about our intuition, our knowing selves. So I just said to yellow, well, we'll just listen to our intuition and our knowing self. And then we'll know what to say yes to and what to say no to, and what is the right timing for something. So I hope that you all will take that to heart because it is so important for us to stay in our rhythm and not and be able to go into that inner place and make the decision about things. So that was about this course. I would just say go in and ask your inner self, is this the course for me, and is it the right timing? But anyway, I'm just loving doing this again. I used to say, oh, I was on to the other courses that are um, sort of a higher frequency, and I found you need the basics always, and the basics just end up being richer and having more information And the more you work with these complementary colors, they become you and you are them. And it's a friendship, but it's also who we are. And they respond immediately when we ask for help. So it's really an amazing, a really magical kind of thing. Leslie used to help me with that, which I think she'll be teaching this again at some point. So, but we used to just say how magical it was about what happened when people worked with those colors. It just is like they are so important to us. And the more that we learn about them and the more we work with them, the more we understand, because it's sort of a feeling thing. I can tell you about what it does for me, but until you've experienced it, not the same. So, Stacy, what would you say about the colors?
Um, the color course. This is my second time through, but I'm a firm believer, and I get to be a broken record sometimes with Arlene. Um, as one of my new titles is creative catalyst, but it's the foundation. We can get way out there and learn all kinds of new things, but without the foundation, we aren't solid. It's kind of like our grounding. Same with qigong. Um, when you first start, you learn the 5 elements. That's what I have on the Wednesday classes most of the time. And I can get kind of bored with it. Like, no, I want to do the harmony of the universe movement. I'm leveling up. I need to do these. But you know what I still go back to? My 5 elements. That is the backbone. When you're doing that, it contains all the emotions. And it's same with the colors. You're going back to the primary colors, the foundational colors. And when you're using those, it's the important parts. We talk about the holy bone now. That reconnected us. We forget about that. Now I'm incorporating that in the qigong, going, that's why when we're doing that, we're moving the energy there. But now, there's so much more to the colors. But even if you've taken it, it's still, you go through it and it's there. But like I said, you got to have the foundation and practice foundation and always build on it. But I just think the foundational stuff is really what really works. I mean, the real working, moving philosophy of so much.
And that's why everything that we do has color in it. Masculine and feminine course has color in it. Highly sensitive, intuitive course has color in it. And then we have advanced the colors, and then we have some free ones. One of them is working with the coloring book. People don't realize that we have a coloring book that is so different, because what it is, you choose which picture you want to color based on what it is you're trying to work on in yourself. So for me, I'd be working on the one that's for yellow and purple. I think maybe I need to do that.
Yeah, I'm on an orange and blue thing right now. So
and I do have a place in that book, in the coloring book, that is where it tells you about the complementary colors and why we use these colors this way. And so here's another tool. You can use our coloring book to take care of some of the things that are going on with you. And that coloring book is available through us, but it's also available on Amazon. And they don't bring it up very easily, so you have to know that it's a mandala coloring book. And if you put in transformational tools, it should come up. So, or Arlene Arnold. Sometimes they bring up weird things when you put it in. So, anyway, those are just some of the things that are tools that we can be working with that will help us. And Anne, I don't know what all you can get in South Africa, but if you can go to Amazon, maybe you can get our coloring book. And also send me a message if you'd be interested in getting some of the color card thing virtually. We can't, it's not about getting the cards, although we could probably put the cards so that you could print them and cut them out. and work with them. But I would love to have you be able to experience that because they are so amazing. All right. Well, I think that we have finished for today. Let's do a final thing. Let's do our rainbow sweep. Just know that all the colors are up above you. They are coming down just like a waterfall or just a stream of colors, and they come into your energy field, go through your body, cleansing and clearing and giving you whatever colors you need. And they go down all the way down until they're below your feet. And then one more time, here are the colors up above us, and let's just allow those colors to come down through the head and the shoulders and the arms and hands and the torso. Just bring them down through every part of your body until they're underneath your feet. And one last time, all the colors above you, and they are streaming down through you and around you through your energy field. And notice how much lighter you are already. Notice how much faster the colors go through because they've helped to clear things out. And so it is. So we leave you with that. And yes, happy Halloween. And don't fear the orange. Very good. And Davin David. Love you all. And please invite your friends, put it on on Facebook. And we're just, and subscribe to us on YouTube. We want to build a following where we can be of service to all of you. So much love to you. Take care and listen to your body. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.